France renewed some former rivalries. Great Britain's Keely Hodgkinson finished her semi-final.
She couldn't walk. She could barely hear. Doctors found a tumor crushing the bones in her ear at just 13 years old. And yet somehow, that same girl became an Olympic champion. This is the unbelievable rise of Keely Hodgkinson, and the moments that nearly broke her before she ever stepped on the world stage. At just 23, Keely Hodgkinson has emerged as one of Britain's most inspiring athletes. From a life-threatening health scare in her early teens to standing atop the Olympic podium, her journey is a testament to resilience, determination, and unparalleled talent. This is the comprehensive story of how a young girl from Wigan became an Olympic champion and a beacon of inspiration. Telling about her goal.
It's really great. Like, one of my goals in this sport is to hopefully inspire young girls and even boys to take up whatever it is that they're passionate about and just try and stick at it.
Keely's athletic journey began in Wigan, where she showcased prodigious talent from a young age. However, at 13, she faced a daunting challenge, a non-cancerous tumor in her ear that had been growing for a decade. The tumor crushed her hearing bones, leading to partial deafness and temporarily leaving her unable to walk. This health crisis instilled in her a profound appreciation for life and a renewed determination to pursue her passion for running. Overcoming this adversity became a defining moment, shaping her mental fortitude and commitment to the sport. Rather than stepping back, Keely used the experience as fuel, refusing to let a medical setback derail her goals. The world took notice when Keely clinched a silver medal in the 800 meters at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, setting a new British record of 1 minute 55.88 seconds. At just 19, she demonstrated poise and prowess beyond her years, signaling the arrival of a new star in middle-distance running. This performance not only elevated her status internationally, but also ignited a fierce rivalry with American runner Athing Mu, who took gold in that race. Keely didn't just show up, she exploded onto the global stage with the grace of a veteran and the hunger of a newcomer, all in one incredible performance. Wins the silver medal at Tokyo 2020. The competition between Keely and Athing Mu became one of the most talked about rivalries in athletics. While Mu edged out Keely in Tokyo, the British runner remained undeterred. Their subsequent encounters at the World Championships saw Keely consistently challenging Mu, narrowing the gap with each race. This rivalry pushed Keely to new heights, fueling her ambition and refining her strategy. It wasn't just about the medals anymore, it was about becoming the best. The fact that both athletes were so young made the rivalry even more intense. Every meet became a new chapter in their unfolding saga. Every finish line, a new verdict. The 2024 Paris Olympics marked a pinnacle in Keely's career. With Athing Mu absent due to a mishap at the U.S. trials, Keely seized the opportunity, leading the 800-meter final from start to finish and securing the gold medal with a time of 1 minute 56.72 seconds. The moment was a culmination of years of sacrifice and dedication. However, the victory wasn't without its hiccups. A last-minute issue with her footwear saw her borrowing shoes from a Team GB official moments before the medal ceremony. Most athletes would have been rattled, but Keely took it in stride, even laughing about it later. This incident underscored her adaptability and focus under pressure. She had worked too hard and waited too long to let anything get in her way now. Paris Olympics. Keely's Olympic success catapulted her into the limelight, leading to appearances at events like the Brit Awards and Milan Fashion Week. She caught the attention of fashion icon Giorgio Armani, who affectionately dubbed her Bella. Her foray into the world of fashion was as graceful as her strides on the track. Yet despite these glamorous engagements, Keely remains grounded. She often expresses that nothing compares to the thrill of racing and winning. Her authenticity and charisma have endeared her to fans worldwide. In interviews, she balances wit with wisdom, never losing sight of where she came from or what she stands for. Behind Keely's achievements lies a rigorous training regimen and a focus on mental resilience. Working closely with her coaches, Trevor Painter and Jenny Meadows, she has honed her physical capabilities, while also prioritizing psychological well-being. Keely openly discusses the mental challenges of elite competition emphasizing the importance of mental health support in sustaining peak performance. She's part of a new wave of athletes who refuse to suffer in silence, instead choosing transparency and openness. This mindset hasn't just made her stronger, it's made her a role model. She was dealing with an illness that left her unable to walk and 95% deaf. Fast forward to 2024 and Keely's still facing challenges. Right before the European 800-meter final, she didn't feel like herself at all. Her throat was scratchy, her head was pounding, and her sniffles kept getting worse. Lying in bed before the race, she couldn't help but ask herself, "Can I really run today?" In recognition of her contributions to athletics, Keely was awarded an MBE in the 2025 New Year Honors. She also clinched the BBC Sports Personality of the Year award in 2024, reflecting her impact both on and off the track. These honors are well-earned, but Keely treats them like milestones, not endpoints. Looking ahead, she aims to break the long-standing 800-meter world record and secure her first World Championship title in Tokyo. Her relentless pursuit of excellence continues to inspire aspiring athletes globally. She knows her journey is far from over, and that's what makes it even more compelling.
The BBC Sports Personality of the Year 2024 is Keely Hodgkinson.
Keely Hodgkinson wins BBC Sports Personality of the Year. What makes Keely truly remarkable is her ability to inspire across different walks of life. Young athletes look up to her not just because she wins, but because she does it with humility. Coaches cite her as a textbook example of what discipline and belief can achieve. Even casual sports fans have found themselves drawn into her story, captivated by the idea of a girl from Wigan standing shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. The universality of her story, overcoming adversity, staying true to oneself, rising against the odds, has transcended the sport itself. Her personal best in the 800 meters, an astounding 1 minute 54.61 seconds set in London in 2024, stands as the British record and one of the fastest times in history. Every time she steps on the track, there's a sense that history might be made. But for Keely, records and medals are part of a bigger picture. She's often said that her goal isn't just to win, it's to leave a legacy, and legacy for her means showing others what's possible when you never give up. It means bringing attention to women's sports. It means being visible, vocal, and vulnerable.
155, remember, is the British record, and she's got it. 155, oh, it's a new world lead. 154.61.
800 meters London in 2024, and yet she never lets the pressure turn into arrogance. In training sessions, she's known for her dedication and attention to detail. Her team speaks of her with a kind of reverence, not just because she's gifted, but because she's relentless. Every repetition is done with purpose. Every setback is met with analysis and adjustment. She's not just running laps, she's building a legacy, one step at a time. Keely's story is also a powerful commentary on the state of modern athletics. In an era where controversies and scandals often overshadow performances, her narrative offers something refreshingly pure. Her biggest battles are not fought in courtrooms or tabloids, but on the track. Her fiercest competitor isn't a faceless system, but a fellow young woman chasing the same dream. The simplicity of it all makes it deeply compelling. It reminds us why we watch sports in the first place. As she looks ahead to the next chapter, Keely remains focused. The 2025 World Championships are circled on her calendar, and she's made it clear that she's not settling. She wants more, faster times, bigger stages, lasting impact. But she's not in a rush. There's a patience to her ambition, a maturity that belies her years. She understands that greatness isn't built overnight. It's constructed in early mornings, in lonely runs, in the quiet spaces between victories. Keely Hodgkinson's journey from a health scare at 13 to Olympic glory epitomizes resilience, dedication, and passion. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that challenges can be transformed into catalysts for greatness. As she continues to chase new records and inspire countless individuals, Keely stands as a testament to the extraordinary heights that can be achieved through unwavering determination. She is not just an athlete. She is a symbol, a story, a legacy in motion. If her story blew your mind, hit that like button and subscribe for more untold journeys of today's most unstoppable athletes.
From Kebageli, out wide Cassiano and John. Now Gout starts to stretch away, and stretch away he does, and he's done it.
A teenager just clocked a 100-meter time so fast it's making Olympic legends nervous. Who is he, and how did no one see him coming? What if the next Usain Bolt was already here, and he was just 17 years old? Meet Gout, the teenage sensation who's turning the world of sprinting upside down. Born in Ipswich, Queensland to South Sudanese parents, this Australian phenom isn't just running fast. He's rewriting the rules of what young athletes are capable of. At just 17, Gout has already shattered records and caught the attention of legends like Usain Bolt and Noah Lyles. But his rise to fame isn't just about raw speed. It's about audacity, ambition, and a belief that greatness doesn't have to wait.
Teen sprint sensation Gout has broken the magical 10-second barrier twice in one night in the under-20s 100 metres Australian Athletics Championships. The 17-year-old ran a 9.99 in his heat earlier in the evening, but unluckily it was ruled to be wind-assisted.
Gout first burst onto the scene by doing something few thought possible, smashing Usain Bolt's under-16 200-metre record. His jaw-dropping 20.04-second sprint didn't just break records, it sent shockwaves through the track world. People weren't just watching anymore, they were comparing. Gout was no longer a promising junior, he was a real contender, and when you beat a record set by the fastest man in history, people pay attention.
He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world. 20.07.
Wow.
That is not human. And let's wait.
But he wasn't done. Gout followed up that record-breaking run with an equally stunning 10.17-second 100-meter sprint, setting a new Oceanian U18 record. That time doesn't just put him in elite company, it places him within striking distance of breaking the mythical 10-second barrier, a feat that separates the good from the truly legendary. For a 17-year-old, it's practically unheard of. And yet, here he is, chasing down that milestone like it's just another checkpoint.
Really good start across the field, but he's about to launch out of the track here now. Gout gets up on John, moves past John. He can't be stopped. He is incredible. 10.
And the excitement isn't just confined to the track. Social media has exploded with highlights of Gout's races. Fans from around the globe are reposting clips of his blazing starts and clean finishes, often captioned with disbelief. Comment sections are full of people calling him the next Bolt, or even predicting he might surpass him. Teenage sensation Gout has taken the athletics world by storm over the past year with his frightening times, drawing comparisons to the legendary Usain Bolt. It's not just admiration, it's excitement. The kind that only happens when people sense something special unfolding. What makes Gout's rise even more fascinating is the way he's being embraced by today's sprinting elite. Noah Lyles, one of the top sprinters in the world, has taken Gout under his wing. Gout told Fox Sports Australia, "He calls me little bro, so we definitely have a great connection." The two have trained together and are both signed with Adidas, forming a powerful mentor-protege duo that's generating massive excitement across the track world. And it's not just Lyles. Usain Bolt himself saw Gout in action and remarked, "He looks like young me." Think about that for a second. The fastest man who ever lived is saying that this kid reminds him of his younger self. That's not just flattery, that's a prophecy. But it's not just talent that sets Gout apart, it's confidence. This isn't a kid hoping to make a final or sneak into a relay squad. Gout is aiming for domination. He's got his eyes on the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics and beyond, setting a trajectory that few dare to even imagine at his age. And he's not shy about it. In interviews, he speaks like someone who knows his time is coming, and fast. He trains with intensity, often clocking double sessions and spending hours analyzing race footage. It's a level of dedication that you rarely see at that age. While other teens might be out partying or scrolling through TikTok, Gout is laser-focused on fractions of seconds, because he knows that's where races are won. His background only adds to the story. Growing up in a tight-knit South Sudanese Australian community, Gout has often spoken about how his heritage fuels his hunger for success. His rise isn't just personal, it's symbolic. He represents a new generation of global athletes who are rewriting what it means to be a sprinter, a champion, and a role model. I didn't expect it to be that fast, but I guess I ran Australia's fastest ever time in the 200. His journey hasn't been without setbacks, though. There have been false starts, minor injuries, and the pressure that comes with being labeled the next big thing. But each obstacle has only sharpened his resolve. Those close to him say Gout doesn't just bounce back. He bounces forward, coming back stronger each time. Still, for all the hype, Gout remains grounded. He credits his coaches, his family, and his community for keeping him focused. And that mix of humility and hunger might be his secret weapon. Because while others are celebrating their wins, Gout is already plotting his next move. And let's not forget the competition. The world of sprinting is more crowded than ever. From the dominant Americans to rising stars across Europe and Africa, every fraction of a second matters. But Gout isn't fazed. In fact, he seems to thrive on pressure. Each race is another chance to prove that he doesn't just belong, he's ready to lead. Analysts have started breaking down his form, and what they're finding is impressive. His stride frequency, reaction time, and top-end speed are all well beyond his age bracket. Combine that with his mental toughness, and it becomes clear this isn't just talent, it's discipline, strategy, and a relentless drive to improve. With the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo looming, all eyes are on Gout. Will he hold his nerve on the global stage? Will he continue shaving seconds off his time? And can he truly live up to the impossible expectations that come with being called the next Bolt? So far, the answer looks like a resounding yes. And if he keeps this pace, we might not just be watching the next great sprinter, we might be witnessing history. Because in the world of sprinting, moments matter. Records fall, legends rise, and sometimes a 17-year-old kid from Ipswich steps up to the line, ready to destroy everything we thought we knew about speed. You know what they say? Pressure makes diamonds, and I guess I'm better than a diamond right now, he said on Saturday. And just like that, the race begins. But here's what makes this story unforgettable. Gout isn't chasing anyone. He's being chased. Because when you break records before you're legally an adult, when your name gets mentioned alongside Bolt and Lyles, and when your times are already threatening the sport's biggest names, you're no longer the future. You're the now, and if you blink, you might miss him. Think Gout has what it takes to shatter Bolt's legacy? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because this sprinting story is just getting started.
Gout has broken the magical 20-second barrier as he took the 200-metre title at the Australian Athletics Championships in Perth.
A teenager with a name you've probably never heard just broke a 56-year-old record. He trains in silence, avoids the spotlight, and still managed to stun the entire athletics world. So who is Gout? And how did he get this fast? This young? The answer might surprise you. At just 17 years old, Gout is running faster than most professional sprinters twice his age. He's already broken national records, stunned the athletics world, and clocked times faster than Usain Bolt did at the same age. But behind the medals, headlines, and wind-assisted sub-10-second sprints is a deeper story. A story of raw talent, discipline, sacrifice, and a coach who's been through more than most. This is the story of Gout, Australia's next big hope in sprinting, and how he's torching the 200 meters like nobody expected.
Knew we'd see this in the final 50, so let's watch the young superstar rise. He's flying. He will be Gout.
Gout wasn't born into fame. He's the son of South Sudanese immigrants and grew up in Queensland, Australia. From a young age, Gout stood out, not because he was loud or flashy, but because he was fast, really fast. At Ipswich Grammar School, where he's still finishing year 12, Gout's speed quickly became impossible to ignore. Teachers, classmates, and eventually coaches started noticing. But the person who saw the biggest potential in him early on was Di Shepherd, the woman who would become his coach, mentor, and guiding hand. Di Shepherd isn't your typical athletics coach. She didn't come from an elite sports background. In fact, she used to work at Woolworths and then in a school uniform shop. She first started training athletes through her involvement in Little Athletics with her own kids. She didn't go to the Australian Institute of Sport. She wasn't part of the High Performance Network. But what she lacked in connections, she made up for with passion, discipline, and a no-nonsense approach. She noticed something special in Gout, not just his speed, but his mindset, his ability to stay calm under pressure, his emotional intelligence. She says it takes about 4 years to really know an athlete, and she's been working with Gout for almost that long. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where Gout starts turning heads. In December, at the Australian All-Schools Championship, Gout ran 20.04 seconds in the 200 meters, breaking Peter Norman's national record that had stood since 1968. That record was older than Gout's parents.